for joining us this afternoon for our workshop, Improving Your Odds Through the Placement Process. Here is the quick overview of today's agenda. We are going to start with placement process overview, followed by career overview of career profiles, office hours, resume as cover letter, and also interview tips. And we also will talk about our upcoming events and what are the resources that program provides for our applicants. And at the end, we will be open up for Q&A session. I want to mention that this meeting is recorded, and the video link will be shared with you at the after this presentation. Feel free to at any time to post your questions in the chat, because at the end, as I said, we will be open for answering those questions. So here is our program staff. My name is Zarihi Karapetyan. I'm the Career Development Manager. And here today we have Sally Fang, Associate Director of Career Development, and Evan Rose, Program Coordinator. Me and Sally will be moderating today's session. So placement process overview. As you know, most of you have already submitted your applications, but first step is to apply to the program. Once your application is complete, you will get access to the list of current openings, and you can submit cover letters to apply for specific roles. Once you submit your cover letters, our program team will scan and will select applicants that are qualified for that specific roles. And if you are approved, we will move forward your application to the host company, and they will decide if they want to interview you and make their hiring decisions. Important to note that the program is very competitive, and we cannot guarantee placements. That's why we recommend all applicants to apply for multiple roles and for roles outside of the program. Our application is open for 2024-2025 academic year, and we also have summer placements too. So what leads to student success in their securing internships through our program? First of all, awareness of opportunities, and we will talk about this in the next slide. And of course, we need to have polished resume, also effective oral application strategy, which means applying for positions with the requisite background and qualifications. The other thing is to have personalized cover letters. As I said, you cannot apply for a specific role without submitting your cover letter. So it should be tailored cover letter to specific roles. And of course, you need to have great interview performance in order to pass the interview and eventually get your placement. So for career awareness, we have created career profiles for you in life sciences, which will help you to discover a range of career options in the life sciences and find out about educational requirements for specific roles, see what type of roles are available. Also, you can learn about associated tasks and responsibilities, learn what important skills are there to develop for them to be successful in specific roles, and check out from professionals what they say about those roles. So we identified 14 career profiles, for example, bioinformatics and computational chemistry. The other one, business management, operations and strategy roles, clinical research and administration roles, computer science and data analytics roles. We also have HR, people operations, and so on. The list can be continued. But to understand how it looks like, we shared an example of career profile from research and development, and laboratory sciences roles. It starts with an overview of life sciences industry, followed by who should apply, what are the types of roles available, and what are common associated tasks and responsibilities. And what is more important is who is hiring in NYC. Here you can see, for example, cell, biopharmaceutical, and protein technology companies, as well as bioanalytics and computer goods companies and environmental medical laboratories. On the right-hand side, we also give you tips for important skills to develop, which is really relevant to this specific career pathway. And also we can learn from alumni from the program who are in these roles, currently in these roles. And if you are interested in R&D roles, you might be also interested in clinical research and administration roles, engineering and manufacturing, and also quality assurance and quality controllers. So those are related career profiles that you might be interested in, and find out that you can also think about applying for those type of roles. So next, we're going to talk about office hours. So office hours is a tool that we provide for our students to be able to communicate with our team. And it's one-on-one meeting. Usually it's Zoom call for applicant and our program representative. We provide for all applicants meeting with our team. And also, if you are a CUNY applicant, you can also use Campus Ambassador Program office hours to answer your questions about the program. So to go more deeply, what is Campus Ambassador Program? If we have CUNY students here, it could be interesting for you. The goal is to improve students' success in landing internships, and it's open for current CUNY students, also program alumni, and campus ambassadors serve as an on-campus program representative and point of contact, and provide application and career planning support for applicants. In terms of what we discussed during office hours, the meeting usually is 15 minutes call, and we can discuss, for example, program overview. We can provide career coaching for planning your career pathway, and also skill development. Also, we can provide application strategy in case if you are interested in specific role and would like to some understanding of or advice on that role. We can also support you with resume and cover letter and mock interview. After the 15-minute call, we will have we will send you follow-up email from the program representative, and applicants can also schedule a follow-up meeting if they feel like they need another call on specific topic. So for resume, I'm going to pass over to Sally, and she will explain more details.
Thank you, Zara. Hello, everyone. I'm going to start off by talking about resumes. Here are some characteristics of a strong resume. In your resume, you want to show what you did, how you did it, and what it was worth. This LinkedIn article gives great advice on how to make your bullet points action-oriented. In your resume, this is where you showcase your hard technical skills, and that could be analytical skills, lab procedures, equipment use. You can talk about software that you have knowledge in, any programming languages, libraries, frameworks, as well as other languages. For the languages, it's also helpful to include your proficiency. In your resume, you want to highlight any relevant experience, whether it's in research or professional work experience. If you feel that you do not have a lot of professional experience or relevant internships, what you can do is you can include your class projects. You can also describe any leadership roles you've held in clubs or organizations, as well as extracurriculars. You're welcome to include any honors, awards, certifications. GPA is optional. If you find that you have an impressive GPA, generally that is 3.0 or above, you're welcome to include it. And what's most important is to make sure that you proofread your resume. You want to make sure that your spelling and grammar is accurate, the formatting is consistent, and that your contact information is up to date. Your resume should be updated frequently. For our application, once you've submitted it, you cannot make any edits. So if you do have an updated resume you would like, what you can do is you can email us at internships@upperwest Strategies an updated PDF of your resume, and we'll upload it to your application. Here is a sample resume. At the top is the name followed by the contact information. You're also welcome to include your LinkedIn, your GitHub, or portfolio if you have those. Next comes your education. You can include your honors, awards, certifications, etc. Then the bulk of your resume should be relevant experience, whether it's projects, research, professional work experience. And then it's helpful to include a skills section. You can categorize your skills such as laboratory equipment, software, languages, etc. And here, note the formatting. So all of the titles are capitalized and bolded, and then the dates are all aligned to the right. Next, I'll talk about cover letters. For our program, after you submitted an application, it's really important to know that in order to be considered for any roles, you need to submit cover letters. If you don't submit any cover letters, you haven't actually applied for any of the roles. So cover letters, it's your opportunity to offer examples of personal experience and specific skills, demonstrating your fitness for the role. You want to make sure you are conveying genuine interest in the company's mission. So in your cover letter, first, express your interest in the position and company. 2, state your major, academic year, and what university or college you attend. Number 3, emphasize how the company's mission is relevant to your career goals and passion. 4, highlight applicable skills and relevant experience, whether it's through research, internship, work, or projects. 5, summarize why you are a good fit for the position. 6, restate your interests and thank them for their consideration. Be careful about using a template you found online or if you're using AI to write your cover letter. Recruiters will know if you're using a template. We will know that if you're using a template. These can be useful tools to get started, but make sure to proofread it and that what's written is true to yourself. Here is a sample job description and cover letter. On the left-hand side is the job description and the right side is the cover letter. Whenever you're writing a cover letter, it's really important to review the job description first. Read what they say about the company, about the role, the responsibilities and qualification. The cover letter is the chance where you can show how you in particular are a great fit and have genuine interest in what the company is doing and what the role involves. So on the right-hand side is the cover letter. It starts off with a salutation, dear hiring manager. The first paragraph, and in the first sentence, they're expressing their interest in this role, which is the assistant lab manager. Then they talk about their educational background. So this person is a recent graduate with a BS in engineering, strong foundation in molecular biology lab setting. And then they talk about why they're excited for this role, why they want to contribute to this company's work and helping in, etc. Then the body of the cover letter should be about relevant experience. So this applicant has 2 years of wet lab experience. They talk about how they've designed protocols, performed assays, collected and analyzed data, talked about their research project, as well as their lab techniques. And a lot of this was mentioned in the job description. The next paragraph, they talk about the qualifications, such as how they are tech savvy and what the qualification has for proficiency in Microsoft Office. Then they also talk about how they have computational data analyst skills, as well as how they have experience in keeping inventory, ordering supplies, doing lab maintenance, and preparing reagents, which was listed under the responsibilities. Then lastly, they close out, thank them for considering them, and then sign your name at the end. Next, I'm going to be talking about interviews. Here are some interview tips. First, you want to practice your elevator pitch. Your elevator pitch should be no more than 2 minutes. Number 2, research the company beforehand. Number 3, practice answering interview questions out loud. Number 4, speak clearly and concisely. Number 5, have a list of questions prepared to ask the interviewer. Here are some common interview questions. Generally, the first question asked is, tell me about yourself, and this is your elevator pitch. Number 2, why do you think you would be a good fit for this company? This question is asking to see if you've done research beforehand, if you prepped for this interview. Number 3, what are your career goals and why? Number 4, tell me about an accomplishment you're most proud of. Number 5, what are your strengths and what are your weaknesses? When you're answering these questions, especially for number 5, when you're talking about your strengths or weaknesses, at least for your strengths, you should show supporting examples. So if you say that you're really organized, tell them how you're really organized. The question, what are your weaknesses? Sometimes that's a quick question. You can answer honestly what your weakness is, but then turn it around by talking about what you are currently doing to improve your weakness. Here's a summary of our presentation on how to improve your odds in the placement process. Number 1, make sure you read job description and that you meet the minimum requirements. Note that you don't need to fill every single requirement. Job descriptions are written for their ideal candidate. If you meet most of them, go ahead and apply. Number 2, fine-tune your resume for intended roles. If you know that you want only science research internships, then your resume should be heavily focused on relevant research experience, lab procedures, lab equipment that you are familiar with. If you're applying for a variety of science or business or tech roles, you should generalize your resume to show that you have experience for all of these roles in general. Number 3, write personalized cover letters. Number 4, practice interviewing. Then number 5, you could sign up for one-on-one sessions. You could sign up for office hours with our staff. And if you are a CUNY applicant, you're welcome to meet with one of our campus ambassadors who also host office hours. And now I'm going to pass it back to Zara.
Thank you, Sally, for the presentation. As you know, our program offers also different events that will support your career development pathways and goals. So one of them will happen next week. It's a career panel, virtual career panel, building a startup in life sciences for those who are interested in entrepreneurship. And you're more than welcome to learn from industry professionals, and please feel free to register and join us at that on that meeting, because it's a really good way to get insights from the industry and learn from people, our panelists, and also to add them to your network. Other event is about resume workshop, more details how to create your resume. It will happen on February 27 on Thursday from 4 to 5 p.m. And also we will have cover letter workshop on Monday, March 3rd from 12 to 1 p.m. Feel free to register and join if you want more to go more, have more details on that. And follow us on social media for updates on the future events. You can follow us on Instagram, Blue Sky, LinkedIn, TikTok, and Twitter. So I also want to invite you to join our Career Development Network LinkedIn group. Here you can learn more about career resources, events, and contribute to our growing life sciences community. We also post upcoming jobs, the more current job postings in our career development network, so you will be able to follow that too. And also you can communicate with your peers and get in touch with our program team. The links to all of these resources are posted in the chat. So if, for example, link to Career Development Network, or also you can find in the chat. So here are all of the links to the resources. For example, on the right-hand side, you can see professional resources links such as career profiles, resume cheat sheet, cover letter cheat sheet, interview tips and practice questions, and also writing professional emails cheat sheet. For more information, you can follow us on our website. Also, here you can see office hours link, and for Campus Ambassador Program, link to our office hour signups. You can also join us on our meetup group, and to follow up with every update on the program. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out us through internships@upperweststrategies.com. Again, the links are posted in the chat. And now it's time for Q&A. If you have any questions, feel free to post it in the chat, or you can use hand raise option and speak out loud. Let's see if we have questions in the chat. Okay, Carolina is asking, will the links to the resources be sent after the meeting? Yes, we will have follow-up email with the links, but also we shared it in the Zoom so during our chat. So feel free to use these links as well. Where can I find the links to the event? So after this presentation, we will send you follow-up email with this presentation on, and the links are also there. As I said, you can also follow us on social media. We also post our events there, and links to register there as well. What is the timeline for interview? Does it depend on specific company? So the answer is yes, like it depends on specific company, but like usually it could be from 2 weeks to 4 weeks. It really depends on specific role. How do we apply? Is it only through mail or through a particular website or portal? So it's the link we will share with you here, and also with follow-up email. So you need to apply through a particular portal. Link to that portal we will share with you, and the process will take from like 20 minutes to an hour to apply for. So you need to be ready to submit your resume and additional materials to apply to the program. Yes, we shared application link here in the chat. Do employers usually reach out with interview requests after their application deadline has passed? I'm gonna pass it to Sally to have answer to this.
It depends on the employers. With our program, our applications, all the roles are being screened on a rolling basis. That being said, the earlier you submit a cover letter in applying for the role, the better your opportunities are, because once an opportunity has been filled, then that role will be removed. And if you applied and the role has closed, you'll get an email notification. When we are screening for it and we find that you are a good candidate, we'll forward your whole application over to the company. From there, it's based on the company's timeline in the sense of how much bandwidth they have. Ideally, they will start reviewing it right away, but it really depends on the hiring manager. Some roles they're looking to hire ASAP, so they will try to screen through as quickly as possible. Some have a deadline and may wait until after the deadline to screen. But in general, you want to make sure that you submit your application and you start submitting cover letters right away so that you have the most opportunity available. And we are also continuously adding new roles almost on a weekly basis. Once you submitted your application, you receive weekly emails from our team letting you know what new roles are posted, and you can also check the job portal in general to see any newly posted roles, and all of the roles we have posted are actively seeking an intern, or some of the roles are for part-time and full-time positions.
Thank you, Sally. Next question is also interesting. How do you see project management playing a role in this internship program? What are some key trends in this space? Do you have thoughts on this?
For project management, it is a good skill to have regardless of what roles you're applying for, because one, you want to be able to manage your time. As an intern, you will likely have a supervisor to assist with that, but it's also really important for you to be organized in general. And most of you already have project management skills, whether you realize it or not. When you have assignments, some of you may keep a calendar to make sure that you complete it ahead of time. Another thing to keep in mind about project management is also making sure that you recognize how to prioritize tasks. Some things may have an earlier deadline, so you need to get this done first. Some projects, maybe other team members are depending on you to complete your task first, so it's best to get that done so you're not holding anyone up. So just keeping in mind that project management is really helpful and a useful skill to have in general, regardless of what role you end up applying for in your career.
Thank you, Sally. We have another question. How can I know the status of my application for this internship? Yes, so once you apply for a specific role position, you will get an email if your application moved forward to the host company, you will get an email update, and we will from our team, and we will notify you that we sent your application to the host company. And from there on, if host company is deciding to interview you, they will contact you directly. However, we also will update you in case if you moved forward and you have offer from the company. So we will always be in touch with you and provide an update on your application status.
I also want to add on to that. When you submit a cover letter, you do not receive an email confirmation saying that you submitted it. But once you do submit it, it gets passed over to our team, and our team members will screen it on a rolling basis. Be mindful that we work during business hours from Mondays to Fridays. So if you're submitting something over the weekend, you will not get a response until business hours. So keep that in mind. Another thing is that we are a very small team. So when it comes to busy season, which is starting about now, we're getting hundreds of cover letters. So please be patient that you give us time to review your application. And we do it very efficiently. In the case where you haven't heard from us in a while, you can reach out to us at, I'll send it in the chat, our email. It's internships@upperweststrategy.com. You could let us know that you've applied for these roles and you just wanted to check in to see if there are any status updates. For the roles where you get an email saying your application has been passed on to the company to review, generally wait for 2 weeks. And if you haven't heard back from anyone, reach back out to us to see if we have any updates.
Thank you for additional information, Sally. We have another question here. So I'm currently filling out my application and I'm somewhat struggling with writing my personal statement, which is optional, but I still want to include it. Does your office hour provide help on writing this? Of course, feel free to book an appointment with our team and we will help you with this part. We provide support through the whole application process and we'll be happy to help you.